Hey guys, it's Coach Trina and Coach Nick here with Friction to talk about your workout for today. So to start off today, we have a weightlifting and a monostructural day, so we will start with the catalyst warm-up. That's just going to entail a bunch of joint rotations working from the head all the way down to the ankles. And then after that, we'll go through 4 times with 10 per leg on a donkey kick, 10 per leg on a fire hydrant, 10 per leg on a single leg glute bridge, and then we will stretch and mobilize after that. But for that catalyst warm-up, start, like I said, neck working all the way down. So we'll start with some neck rotations, do about 5 to 10 each direction. After that, we'll do some arm swings and arm circles. You can gradually increase that range of motion, get that circle a little bit bigger, and we can also go arm swings, side to side, get some torso rotations in there. Perfect. Yeah. So you want to kind of sink your arms and your legs with this one. You want the arms to be out nice and wide. We're kind of cramped with space here, so we don't want to run into each other. But take all the space. Make sure you just kind of move all those joints around. We'll work down to the hips after that. So hands on the hips. We're just going to do some hip circles. So you'll bend, rotate, kind of like a bend and bow type action here, just like so. And then we'll work down to the knees after that. So hands on the knees. We'll go, 5 to 10 circles each direction, left and right. Perfect. And then we can hit wrist and ankles at the same time. So wrist will rotate. We'll take one foot. You can stick it out in front of you, or you can put that toe propped on the ground. You're just rotating back and forth. Kind of just get some movement. Anything else that feels good. And during the catalyst warm-up, feel free to add it into your routine. Everyone's kind of looks a little bit different. After that, like I said, 4 times through, you guys are going to do 10 donkey kicks to start. So we'll take a tabletop position here. Hands and knees are on the floor. All you're going to do is take one foot, crunch it into the chest, and then you're going to kick it out nice and long, up and at an angle. After that, you guys are going to do 10 per leg on the fire hydrant. So keep that tabletop position. All you're going to do is take one knee. It's going to come out to the side and then back to center. Just like so. A lot of times after people see this movement, they understand why it's called the fire hydrant. After that, single leg glute bridge. So we'll flip over onto our back. We're going to take our feet, they'll be on the ground, and then we'll lift the hips. One leg is going to be out, and all we're going to do is let the hips come up and then back down. Perfect. 10 per side there. After that, we'll stretch, guys. So we're going to hit a minute per side in lizard, dorsiflexion, and then a minute in child's pose. So for that lizard stretch, take that long lunge, back knees on the ground. That front leg is up, knee is stacked over the ankle. Both hands are on the inside of that front leg. All you're doing is looking for a stretch in that back hip flexor and in your adductors on that front leg. If you can work down to your forearms and you have that mobility, go ahead and do so. After that, guys, dorsiflexion is your next stretch. So we're just looking for a big stretch in the back of the ankle here. What you're going to do is come into a tight seated lunge. So we're sitting back on that back heel. If you have a weight to add some weight to this stretch, place it on that front leg, really press into it, and we're looking for that knee to get past the toe while keeping the heel still on the ground. Now, if you don't have weight for this one, you can use your own body weight. You'll just press into that knee with your hands. Like I said, you're just looking for a big stretch in the back of the ankle. That's going to help with squatting. Child's pose is your last stretch for the day. So feet together, knees apart, send the hips back, let the arms come out long, reach for length throughout the fingertips, drop the chest down, drop the armpits down to the ground, and hang out here for a minute. Cool. So moving on, guys, we have a snatch complex today. So what you'll do is we're going to go 4 rounds, 2 snatch grip deadlifts, 2 hang high pulls, 2 hang power snatch, 2 overhead squats, and 2 snatch balance to end it. You will climb in weight if you have the ability to do so. If not, and you only have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you will still do this, but you'll just do 2 sets per arm for a total of 4 sets like this is. So for that snatch grip, we're looking for a wide grip. Typically that's going to be outside of the rings on the barbell. But what we want also with that is for that barbell to sit nice into that hip crease. So if you hinge at the hips, that barbell should kind of fall right into that hip crease. That's usually going to be your point, that is going to be your point of contact for a snatch. So snatch grip deadlift is the first thing. So we keep that snatch grip, and we're just going to perform 2 deadlifts. So starting from mid shin, or if you have plates on the bar, that's where you'll start. You're just going to let the hips and rise at the same time. We want the shoulders to stay over the bar until we get into past that power position and we're standing all the way up. After that, you have 2 hang high pulls. So we're going to go right above the knee for this. That's going to be our hang position. We're going to shrug and high pull, get those elbows and shoulders up. So shoulders will shrug, elbows will follow. We want the elbows to make sure that they're staying above the bar. We don't want them to drop behind like this. So elbows nice and high. After that, you guys have 2 hang power snatch. So same thing, right above the knee. We're going to shrug and high pull. However, this time we're going to take that bar, punch it up, and get overhead. Perfect. We're going to land in that quarter squat. That's going to be our hang power snatch. After that, you guys will keep that bar overhead. You're going to hit 2 overhead squats. So take that bar, punch it up, keep the arms nice and locked out. Make sure the armpits are staying forward. Send the hips and the butt back and down. Break parallel and stand all the way up. Really focus on breaking that bar in half and punching up into it. That way we keep the shoulders nice and stable. After that, 2 snatch balances, so you'll back rack that bar. You're going to basically drop under the bar. You'll dip and drop into an overhead squat. So it'll look like this. Beautiful. We want to try to get extension with that. So yeah, looking good. So we're dropping underneath the bar and then riding down into that squat. Climb and weight, like I said, if you have the ability to do so, and if you don't and you just have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, do 2 sets per arm, like I said, for a total of 4 sets. Cool. After you guys get done with that, today your metcon is Nancy. So a fun benchmark workout, but it is 5 rounds for time, 400-meter run, 15 overhead squats. The weight is 95-65 for competitive. Recreational will be 75-55, lifestyle will be 45-35, and it is an 18-minute time cap. When you guys pick the weight for this workout, make sure that you choose a weight to where that set of 15 overhead squats should be able to be unbroken. So it should be relatively light. So if that means you need to scale down to recreational, then do so. If you don't have a barbell to do this workout, I want you to grab a PVC pipe or a broomstick from home, and I want you to do this with that and focus on technique and form. So it's still going to be just as hard. You'll get to go a little bit faster, but really focus on moving well in that overhead squat. So with that being said, mark out that 400-meter run, go out the door, run, come back in, hit your overhead squats. We went over that in that snatch complex, but just power snatch that bar up. You know, lock out those arms, make sure the shoulders are nice and stable, and make sure you get past depth on that squat. If you need to, give yourself a target to reach to. Cool. That is all we have for you guys. Rent to end the day. We're just going to go a minute per side in a lat smash. That's going to be that big muscle down the side, your anterior delt, that front side of the shoulder, and then your quads. So this big meaty muscle here. You can smash out with, if you have a barbell, you can hit the quads with the barbell. If you have a foam roller, you can hit all of these areas with that. Lacrosse ball works great. Just kind of use something, if you have that, balloon filled with water in your freezer, that's a great option too. But just make sure you take care of any areas that might be a little tight after this workout. So enjoy it, have fun. Maybe you will PR your Nancy time, and good luck.